Assembly of First Nations National Chief RoseAnne Archibald and Assembly of First Nations Quebec-Labrador Regional Chief Ghislain Picard were in Kahnawà on Tuesday, August 23rd to meet with Ohén, iente, and Ratitsénhaienhs Kahsennenhawe Sky-Deer. There was no formal agenda set, but according to the participants, there was plenty to talk about.
So the National Chief informed me that she was be in the area and coming through to the community, so we felt it was important to have a meeting and include Regional Chief Ghislain Picard. We do have a number of issues that we addressed today. Obviously Bill 96, very important and still at the forefront of our minds, and seeing how her office could assist. We talked about housing and different initiative that we're going to be working with Falcon. We talked about the provincial government and the relationship or lack thereof, and wanting to try to start things on a new foot, and looking at the election coming up, and I guess some of the initiatives that Ghislain has planned. So yeah, we talked about a number of issues. Hour goes by very quick when you have lots of issues to discuss. And another thing very important to us, gaming, and how she could put us into contact with other First Nations who are involved in online gaming, and looking at how we could partner together and create maybe a First Nations regulatory regime. And yeah, so lots of good dialogue today, and I'm very happy with the discussions we had.
I did reach out to Grand Chief Sky-Deer quite some time ago to come back to the community. It's my second time coming to Kahnawake. The first time I came through, I was actually nominated by the council. The Kahnawake was one of my nominating communities to run for national chief, and so I wanted to express my gratitude to come back again now as national chief, and to see what I could do in my new role to assist in any of the initiatives or priorities of the community. We talked about Bill 96 and some of the political actions that we could do together, the three of us. So that's going to be an interesting road. There's going to be a staged approach to things that we'll work on together. And the upcoming election, certainly here in Quebec, is going to be a part of that process. And I think that was one part that we talked about a lot in relation to that, Bill 96 being a genocidal kind of law, and also a law that doesn't respect the right to self-determination and the right to self-government by First Nations.
Anything else you'd like to add?
The other thing, yeah, I was really interested to hear about the housing initiative that's coming up that Grand Chief Sky-Deer talked about. Sort of a joint venture with a company called Falcon, looking at not only opportunities for the community, but a way to help other communities outside of the area, even into Ontario. So I think that's going to be exciting to see. And I also was really appreciative of the idea of a 7-generation fund, and how Grand Chief Sky-Deer talked about their own source revenue and building wealth within the community and multi-generational wealth.
Well, the first thing I'll say, I mean, this is kind of exceptional that we have a national leader spend so much time in our communities. And this is not our first trip in Quebec. Shortly after her election last year, National Chief Archibald spent a lot of time visiting communities within different nations, the Atikamek, the Algonquin, and Mohawk communities last year. And this is the real second official visit in this community, Kahnawake. And I think it's very important for the national office to get a sense of, the kind of air we breathe, as Indigenous nations in our respective regions. It's very key for the national office to understand the kind of challenges that we face, but also the kind of successes that we can achieve. And I think that's what we've been able to demonstrate within a very short time frame, 1 hour. It's not very long, but at the same time, I think this is a key moment to be visiting Kahnawake and understanding, where the community sits in terms of the challenges with the upcoming election, Bill 96 and many other bills that, this government has adopted. I think which really challenge our own capacity to be self-governing, and I think it's very key to have that opportunity so that the national office can provide the kind of support that that is expected of it.